Hello and welcome to Columbus Local Podcast. I'm Len D'Amico, and this is episode number 128. And this evening, it's my great pleasure to have Jeff DuMond. Jeff.
Thanks for having me, Len.
Dude, it's good to see you.
It's an honor.
It's an honor that you're here.
Well, it's an honor to be here.
You know, let's see, it's October of 2025, so anybody going out these days and seeing the Players Club
Right.
will run into Jeff DuMond on guitar.
Yep. We have a gig, Dirty Ore, on Saturday night.
Of this week.
Yeah, 25th. Yeah, 7 o'clock.
10:25, 7 o'clock. You know what? I was supposed to have a gig, but I have a wedding. A friend of mine's daughter's getting married.
Nice.
So for me, I'm going to be at the wedding. But fantastic. That's at Buckeye Lake, correct?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a Halloween party type gig.
Oh, that's going to be
Should
a
be
blast gig.
Yeah, I'm working on my costume, but, you know.
Teaser alert for Jeff's costume for Saturday night, the 25th of October, 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you know? Are you gonna give us a hint on what you're gonna dress as behind the guitar?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go something sports related, so that's the only hint.
That's pretty cool.
I got it worked out.
Nice, man.
I wonder what the other guys are gonna dress as though. Like Charles usually has something cool. I think he's big into Halloween, and my bass player, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Troy's a beast, man.
Troy is a killer player. They're all good.
They are all good.
I'm probably the worst player in that band.
I don't know about that.
Those guys are good. There's
no question the Players Club is a really good band, man.
Well,
and
thanks
it's
for saying
very entertaining. And everybody in every spot is very, very talented.
I appreciate you saying that.
And guitar too, man. You're really, really, I think a great example of a humble player that's really, really strong and plays from his heart. You're a field player. You're jumping in. You could play reggae. You could play rock. You could do funk. I think pretty damn well any genre that you're moved by, you're gonna be able to address. Seems.
Well, I'm gonna try. I mean, country music maybe is tough for me. I mean, modern country isn't as hard, right? But some of this stuff is like a completely foreign language to you in a way. I'm basically a rock and roll player, blues rock guy from 70s players are what I grew up on. So that's what that's what informed my playing or what I gravitated to. But you do the best you can when you're in a cover band and you're playing all kinds of different stuff, and you try to, you try your best to fit in and do something that's acceptable.
I always said with guitar, Jeff, clean and dirty, but are you a clean and dirty guy, a one knob guy, or are you a tweaker? Do you match that? Are you a Kemper user that downloads the patch and matches exactly to
I'm not nearly smart enough to do all that.
Maybe somewhere in between, maybe?
No, I mean I'm a 2-amp guy, right? And 2-channel, generally, like a cleaner, a dirty, and then just pedals for colors is all I do.
Yeah.
I mean, we play a lot of R&B or songs that use clean sounds, so I try to, fit in that way. But I still like, the dirty sounds. But I'm not a one-sound guy.
Right.
Maybe I'm a 2-sound guy. I don't know.
No, you do. You seem to adapt to you serve the song, which I love that about you. Is you're serving the song with your bandmates, and the tone is not a one knob Charlie like pretty much I am. It's more you're dude, and I don't need to do a comparison there. All I'm saying is you do. I'm curious how you're changing up songs. How many pedals do you have on your board? You got 19, or you got?
I got a fair amount.
You do have a lot. Okay.
I think there's probably 9. I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, but mostly it's just for colors. It's modulation is most of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a pedal just for one song.
Yep.
But that's kind of how it goes. And I mean, does a tuner count? I guess it does, but
maybe technically the real estate.
You know what I mean? But it's just modulation and color is pretty much it, and then a boost, so. That's all I don't have a million pedals. It's not like Vernon Reed's pedal board or something.
Oh, man. That guy's sort of more like, I think, the Edge.
It's a performance art. His pedal board would fill his bedroom.
Yeah. He and the Edge, I think, would go to town with the digital discussions and just the reworking of that signal chain. I mean, like, you imagine how many things that E chord goes through for either one of those guys.
It's crazy.
I think it's overworked.
Yeah. Well, it's part of the Edge's signature sound.
It is, but again, you nailed it. That's why they sound as beautiful as they do.
Yeah, I think the downloading the sounds and the digital thing, that's really cool. But I think that's more players of today, maybe younger players. They're more. It seems like the whole kind of culture is driven more towards apps and Bluetooth stuff, and
yeah,
I'm an older cat, an older school dude, like as far as that goes. And
well, I definitely want to talk about that, Jeff, and definitely. But before we do, how long has the Players Club been out there?
It's our 3rd year.
3, man. And who manages the band?
Tim Burkhart.
Tim does. I know that name from like back in the
Timmy
Dublin
B.
clubs days.
Yeah.
Before the whole river scene.
He's one of the best friends I've ever had in my life.
Dude, man.
25 years, 30 years I've known him. So I met him in the late 90s through a mutual friend at a party, and he introduced us together because he thought we both liked music, which we do. And I was just getting a cover band going back then, a little 3-piece. And I told Timmy that, and he started calling my office, leaving me like 3 or 5 voicemails a day with band names. And I was just like, who the hell is this guy? And it was so funny. And then one day he called me and said I booked a gig. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. I said, if you want to keep doing that, that's cool. And so, I have 1,200 gigs behind me since then.
Damn, dude.
And he's booked all of them almost.
Tim is a good dude. I've talked to him before, but we never really went beyond more, the conversation. But you've actually worked with Tim, obviously.
Well, I mean...
And you still are, right?
Hell yeah. I talk to him every day.
Wow.
Yeah, he texts me every day, and I text him, and... he's one of the best friends I ever had in my life.
He's very knowledgeable.
He's a brother, yeah.
A production person, band production.
He's the engine that makes it all run. All my bands. I've been in like 4 or 5 bands in 25 years, and the first 20 years I was in 2 bands. So each band ran on about 10 years, and we were averaging 45 shows a year for that entire time, and we're still doing stuff like that. I think this year we might have 40 shows, maybe 35, 40. That's a lot. It's enough. We have a pretty good break coming up the next 2 months, but summer was really busy. But Timmy makes it all go. He's a member of the band, 100%. But
the Reuben Kincaid of the 4-piece, right?
Pretty much.
Does he play at all? Is he a player?
No, he's a hell of a singer though.
He can sing.
Oh yeah.
Did he sing in any of your bands early?
No, he never sang with the band. He's more like a side singer.
I gotcha. He'll sing whenever he chooses to get up there, kind of thing.
He'll sing whenever he wants. That's for
what
sure.
I'm saying. Good for him.
No, he's a great guy. Yeah, we all love him. So yeah, he's part of the band. So I started a Players Club. This is our 3rd year. I started it, 2 years before that. when COVID happened, everything was shut down. And the band I was in before that was called Junkbox, and we played for like 10 years, and that kind of ended that. And so after bands could start playing out again, I went to Finnegan's Wake one night to watch Jason's band, One Bad Mother. And I got up and played a couple songs with them. And I just wanted to join a band to get back into it and to make some new friends.
Right.
And I ended up joining that band. I filled in a little bit for them, and then they wanted me to join. So I did a couple years with them, and then I decided to do the Players Club. So Troy had been playing with that band, so I grabbed Troy Hickel on the bass, and I knew Jared Fowler from another project I had done with him and from years ago, and my old singer from Junkbox. And then we did the first year together, and then our singer had to step away, and I needed a new singer. And so you were kind of involved with that because...
How was that?
Well, because I put up my ads.
Oh.
You know, my Facebook ads and my Craigslist ad or whatever. And I think you tagged Charles.
Oh, sure I did.
You tagged him, and that's...
that was the meeting?
Well, I reached out, or he
good,
reached out.
man.
I think we both did. And then we talked on the phone. And then we brought him out and just jammed for 45 minutes, and it was effortless.
Yeah, dude, once you perform with Charles, it's like, oh.
Well, I mean...
I remember when I auditioned for Days Gone By, his band prior to the Players Club. And I met Charles. I was like, oh my God, man, this guy is he's dynamite. He's a fun performer.
Yeah, he's great.
And yeah,
I mean, he walked in there and into my basement, and
so
just
cool.
He wasn't stressed about any of it.
Oh, he's not.
And
He's
we had
blast.
several other people that were interested, and after 45 minutes with him, I just looked at everyone and said, I'm ready to go, and we all agreed. And so
He had gigs lined up, I think.
we did, yeah. But
He jumped right in.
We had some time, and we rehearsed every week for like 6 weeks and ramped up and just continued on. It's been great. We all enjoy it and have fun.
Well, and that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, they're all nice guys and great players, and just fun guys to play music with. And we try to do stuff that's somewhat musically interesting to us as well as hopefully to the crowd.
Yeah, and entertaining too, right? Like it's a
Certainly.
fun party atmosphere.
Yeah.
in the band.
Yeah. Charles does. He does some, some funny things on stage. Like the Humpty Dance and all that.
All that.
He's a character, so.
He is.
He's a killer performer, though. I mean, he's a great MC. He's engaging. Like I said, he brings it every night. Every night, whether there's a bunch of people there or not. And he's a hell of a singer, man.
Agreed. Totally agreed. I love him. There's a couple of men that can actually make me cry, and they're local guys, and Charles is one of them. When he sings, there are certain songs I'm just like, oh my God, he just hits me emotionally, and it's just so good. Yeah,
he wants, he's a real, front man, wants that
entertainer.
He wants that. He wants all eyes on him, and he has that. We did a 4th of July party, and they want to sing a national anthem, and he just jumped up and, yeah, I'll do that, and killed it.
Did it a cappella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just killed it. It was awesome. I was like, great. I don't have to do anything.
No Jimi Hendrix coming on these fingers.
I would have butchered that, I'm sure.
Oh, that's something that, yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a lot of pressure offload, and he I'm sure he just threw it down.
Oh, he killed it. It was perfect. He gave it all the respect. I mean, it was a military party, right? We were playing, so he gave it the absolute utmost respect that the national anthem deserves, and everyone loved it, and he just killed it. Yeah. But I mean, he just stepped up and said, "Yeah, I got it." Like, there was no hesitation. So
yeah,
he's really good.
Oh yeah, love Charles, love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love. Man, that's so cool. that you know, he found a home, and it's a great home, and you got a great front man too, and he's still growing musically too, you know, bringing in the guitar and bringing in you know, his flair and style.
Yeah, I love that he can give us maybe some keyboard parts and some other aspects of songs that give us a little bit more range. You know, it gets kind of dry when it's always guitar, bass, drums. But the other thing is, you know, Troy can sing, I can sing, Charles can sing, so we enjoy trying to do 3-part harmonies when we can. You know,
it's a great show, man. I've seen it a couple times. I mean,
thanks for saying that.
I love that show. But you know, I'm a big Jeff fan, and I'm a big Charles fan, and a big Troy fan. I don't know your drummer very well.
Jared Fowler, he's a great drummer. I played with him in college. We had, you know, a little 3-piece rock band, and at that time he was at Ohio State in the Ohio State marching band. I think he played snare, so he's like a schooled player. You know, he's really good. Great meter, great tempos, can play everything, and great tone with his drums, and a good dude. I guess at the gigs he's sort of like the foreman, always keeping us on time to get back up there, making sure our breaks aren't too long.
doing his role.
Yeah, keeping time. Yeah, keeping time.
Yes, yeah, man. So you're not an older guy, Jeff, but you've been playing a while. Like when did
define
all this,
old?
Well, when I'm old, but when did you start? Like how were you young kid when you started?
I think I started playing guitar when I was 14.
And you stuck with the guitar.
Yeah.
You play other instruments? You don't need to, do you?
No, I don't. I don't bother with any other instruments. I did a year clarinet in
You're in the
6th
club.
grade. Yeah.
You're in the guitar club.
Yeah, I mean, 14.
What hit you like a brick at 14?
Well, I mean, I was already down the path at 14. What hit me like a brick was when I was 6 years old, and it was 1977, and my older brother came to live with us, and he had brought his record collection. My family moved here from Detroit in 1976, and my older brother came to live with us for a spell, and he had a Rush album called A Farewell to Kings.
Oh my God, dude.
And he put it on for me, and he played, the first song he played was Closer to the Heart.
Yep.
And that was like
magic.
That was the game changer for me. That's when I figured out I liked hard rock. And so that always stuck in my brain afterwards. When he went back to his mom, you know, I didn't have that or exposure to that, but I never forgot it. So, yeah, that's when I started to like, you know, this is what hard rock music is.
I love that album for that reason, but also Xanadu's on the back side of that.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite Rush album.
Blew my mind
and
the first time I read it.
I think it's the best Rush album ever recorded.
2112 for me, brother. But I heard 2112 before. I heard Rush in its what do they call it? The disc in its musical progression of album releases.
Sure, yeah.
Even pre Neil, right?
Yeah,
That first album was my first album actually.
I love that album.
Rush. And I was like, man, this is different rock. It's not Led Zeppelin and it's not Floyd. It's this band from Canada, and it just blew me away. But then 2112 and Crest of Steel didn't really grab me, but 2112 came out, but you heard this. It's interesting. You heard Farewell to Kings,
and I thought it was killer. Cygnus X1,
and the Men Who Hold High Places.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
that was like the poppier song on the record, but that was the first one I heard. But to hear the distorted guitar tones for the first time probably in your life,
the arrangement, the poetry, the arrangement, the acoustic intro, that for me, dude, I can totally relate to your experience because I felt the same way. But that was the third or fourth album in, the fourth album in for me for that band.
Yeah.
And that is an impressive album. No question about it. So did you get an acoustic guitar then, or were you going right to the Strat with a?
So when I was 14, I had a friend that had an acoustic, and he had also a massive record collection, and he was much older than me, but I would go hang out with him all the time, and I got exposed to all the cool stuff that way, and I would mess around with his guitar, and then I really wanted an electric guitar, but we didn't have the money for that, and I didn't have a job. So I got a job at the Ohio State Fair working in the grandstands, selling soda. So I did that, and I used that money to get my first guitar and amp at Lev's Pawn Shop on Main Street.
No way.
In Whitehall, yeah. Yeah, and that's when the gear acquisition syndrome started.
You had a job. You're making
money. I only got a job so I
could
get a guitar.
And you could buy whatever you wanted with that money because nobody knew what you were making, and there's nobody managing except for you, and you're buying guitars and amps. I love it.
Well, I mean, my mom took me there to
It's
get
cool.
it. So
it's so cool, though.
It wasn't like I spent all my cash either, but
right on.
That's when it started. And then, it was just kind of, I took some lessons. I think when I was 15.
Do you remember what you bought the first time at Lev's?
I know what I bought, but it was some knockoff black kind of Strat thing, and I've seen them on Reverb. I think they're going for like $300. It was cheap, and the amp was just like a 10-inch speaker piece of junk. But I didn't care.
You learned on it.
Yeah, I didn't care. I spend hours and hours in my bedroom, wailing away on that thing. And then, I was just upgrading for the rest of my life. Still doing it.
So, Jeff's wife, Marie's here. She's just laughing because is he still buying stuff? Still buying gear, man.
Prices get bigger and bigger.
What are you going to...
I was going to bring that Greco for you, but I forgot it.
That's all right.
I got a cool guitar from... a lady in Lancaster recently that Ty Barnes' wife sent me he sent me the link. She was selling it, and it was this like Ibanez model that had come out in 1987 for 1 year, and I remember it because I bought one then from Lang Music, and I still know the guy I bought it from. And it was like the first brand new guitar I ever bought. I had to put it on layaway too because I didn't have the money, and I had to earn money to get it. And her husband had bought it from Lane Music and put it on layaway from the same era because the receipt was in the case. Yeah, it was so cool. And I played it at the last gig. Yeah,
that's
Cider Downs. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so much fun, and. It's like a nostalgia trip, but
you still eke out some good tone out of that thing.
Yeah, it sounded all right, man.
All right.
I mean, it's like Strat type, super Strat type guitar. It sounded great on Earth, Wind and Fire, right? But
spanky.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it went. And then, you do high school bands, you form bands with your buddies, or have bands in college. And I didn't really get in the Columbus cover band thing until, say, 99. It was when I started to realize I could play covers in a bar, get paid for it, and have fun. And that was a whole evolution in itself, Where you kind of learn.
Who are those guys that you started thinking that's going to happen?
Well, that band was a couple guys that I knew, Kevin Lawrence and Lenny Heilman, and I had jammed with them before, and we were the only guys left around that we knew of each other because we didn't have Facebook, and I didn't know anyone then hardly that played music, and I still don't. Really, I mean, I know names, but I don't know these people. And, we formed a band, and Timmy got involved, like I said, and we played for 10 years playing bars. And,
so cool.
45, 50 shows a year. And Sam Collis was in that band for about 3 years too with us.
What was the name of that band?
The Valley Legends.
Nice.
Yeah, we were like a trio for most of it, and we were playing
awesome.
like rock and roll. So.
Where were you guys playing? Do you remember?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere.
We played Gatsby's. We played Nike
Dublin.
Sports Lounge. We played on the Rocks a couple times. I remember we played some bar on Tamarack. It might be Gabby's now. I don't remember.
Yeah, sure.
We had all kinds of gigs everywhere.
Regulars.
Like,
you just hit those circuits.
Yeah, we played some of the
Rebooked.
German Village stuff, like Tommy Keegan's back in the day. So we did that, and we had a lot of fun with that. And when that ran its course, I started another band that I wanted to be more like, dance friendly and stuff. So I did that for another 10 years. That band was called Junkbox.
I remember that band. It was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun. We did. My goal with that band was to try and play other things, do maybe corporate events or weddings, and we did all that stuff. So we achieved everything that we wanted to achieve with that band. And we got New Year's Eve gigs, which were a lot of fun. We did like 5 in a row at Saddle Down.
That set list just worked, though.
It did. It was, it was, it was a lot of pop and hip hop and stuff.
It was, but it worked. Like
it did work.
You were one of the bands that would hit like On the Rocks in Dublin, which
We played there a lot.
you guys were.
I used to love that place. Tim
did too.
O'Haron on sound.
I love that
I worked
place.
with Tim at Turtle a few weeks ago, and he's just as killer there as he was at On the Rocks to me.
Agreed.
I mean,
He's a really awesome dude.
he's a nice guy. He's
Mad skills on
Easy.
that board.
I mean,
Twisting knobs.
yeah, but
like a
you
pro.
just want guys
He
that
is
are
a
easy
pro.
to work with.
Yep. Reasonable. Listen to him. Don't mess with him. Make him your friend. You're gonna sound great.
we just did a sound check and that was it. I mean, we didn't have any.
No.
Yeah, so Tim was great there, and he's great at Turtle.
Oh yeah.
Turtle's great. I love playing Turtle Creek.
That's a club. That's a marquee club in Columbus. It's
a great stage.
Strive to play that stage.
Yeah, great stage,
I've
great
always
sound.
strived to play that stage. Same was true with. I always used to tell the bands that I was in. I'm like, guys, we get into the Dublin, and this is before the whole Riverview thing. But the whole. But if you get into On the Rocks. That's sort of like a gateway into knowing that you're going to get rebooked. You got enough pull that you become, a product. And you guys were always a product, that band. And you guys were regulars because you brought the party. It was a blast. And you understood that machine to be a partner with the venue and, just ring the sails and just keep the party rolling with your skills of music.
Well, thanks for saying that. We tried.
It's everybody.
It's what
It
we
should be
tried to
everybody.
do.
It should be everybody's goal that's out there.
Well, I mean,
but it's
people have
hard.
people have different motivations and different reasons for why they play music or what their mission statement is going to be. Or, I was listening. I know it's late, but I was finishing off the Radio City podcast, and I remember hearing them talk about like we were talking about improving the show all the time, and that was one of the things that they were talking about. And that's definitely a big, that should be the focus of every band. But everyone has different motivations for playing. Some people, it's more about maybe the songs they're playing or their performance or whatever versus maybe the material.
And that's part of the diversity of what's out there too, right?
Absolutely.
To your point, a Toast that you're just going to get
Toast is a great band. I've seen them.
Fabulous arrangements and musicianship and feel playing. Just like wow.
They do cool songs too. Like the one Pink Floyd, I remember they do. Is it "Welcome to the Machine"? Sure. I don't know if that's the song, but it's so cool because like most bands play "Comfortably Numb" or something like that, and which is a great song. But I love hearing. I personally, as a music nerd, loves other songs.
Well, and that's why the Players Club is so cool too. Is because you got the party going, but it's a different show. I don't think there's much out there like you guys.
Well, perhaps, but I do think that as I look at other bands around town, they are reaching for some of this other material. Like I've seen videos of the World Band with Julie Neal, but
yeah.
like some of the tunes they're covering are so cool to me.
Yep.
Like there's an Olivia Newton-John song I think
They do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Magic.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she's so.
And so the other tunes they do, like I think some of these bands are reaching for some other songs, you know, to play other than
you guys are doing that.
We definitely are doing that because it's what I want to do. I mean, when I started the band, I wanted it to be stuff that we liked and to try and make stuff that people would like too. And yeah, there's some standards. We do some dance standards for sure. But also the stuff
you're appealing to a lot of people with your set list.
We try to.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have to look at your audience and what their ages are and what kind of music they like. You know, it seems like there's a lot of other bands too that have a narrower focus. So, you know, like they're focusing on maybe playing the music of these 5 bands, or maybe it's a hair metal band tribute or something like that. And so every band has their own like style and the cover band thing. But I wanted to say before we stopped that I think it's really cool that you're doing this podcast, because you're giving people in bands like cover bands a voice and some recognition, because mostly I think media covers original bands, and so you were kind of like the voice of all of
local music.
Yeah,
there's a lot of covers because people want to hear covers, and that's what's primarily out there. There are places for original music.
Oh, absolutely, but I mean, you're giving a voice to people that play cover bands.
Of it,
yeah,
yes.
And I think it's great. And I like I said to you earlier, I listen to your podcast a lot. I listen to it during my walks during the day, and I think it's really cool that you're doing this. I mean, it's so you're not getting paid to do this, right?
No,
so
dude, no, there's no money in it.
It's a labor of love, but I know like people enjoy it, and I think it's great that you're doing it.
And it does motivate me to keep going, because people do respond to it and they share the passion that I do. Mm-hmm. A guy like yourself, Jeff, right? Like you're a perfect example of. I don't view you necessarily as a guy that wants that spotlight necessarily. You're a pretty humble person, generally speaking. I mean that as a compliment, right?
Thank you.
But you know, you're a great player, and the music that you and your band are performing, you know, every week. I know how hard you guys are working, you know, and I know how many hours you guys have put in to date, and you know, and you're even probably doing some individual practice for some of the songs that you're going to pull out on Saturday this week. You know, you and Charles is probably doing his thing, and Troy's probably got it down, but he's probably going to go over what you guys are all operating as experienced local players that, you know, have just honed this into this project. It's so awesome. But, you know, you work your crafts, and you do these gigs, and in your case, you're a relatively humble guy, you know, and you're one of the giants walking among us that you'd never know it plays the material that you play and what that material means to you. And when you look over and you see Troy just throwing it down the way that Troy throws it down with so much energy.
Troy's an incredible player, man.
And Charles' passion of you know, feeding off the energy of the crowd, and you know, your drummer's solid. I mean, just the whole band is fun. The material is party atmosphere, and I know that it's just something that the podcast brings to light in regard to the lights that are inside of all these players. There's a huge light inside of you, man. You know, you're a reserved you're like me. You're pretty laid back, but man, when you get a guitar in your hand or a bass or something, you're gonna make some noise because it's all in you. Like, what is it? You're an emotional player. You're a feel player. You're not necessarily counting the drummer. You're feeling what's happening, and you're emoting the material, because it's cover, so it's going to be, but it's not necessarily exactly the same every time. But what's got your emotional attention when you perform?
Man, I don't know.
Or are you
I will say this about playing music. When you're doing gigs or you're performing whatever, a song or whatever it is, you're in the moment. And so you're engaged in that execution and that experience, and hopefully your ears are open and your mind is open, but you're also focused. And so you're not thinking about other things.
Right.
Normally, I'm not saying people's minds never wander when they perform, because that does happen once in a while, and that's when you catch yourself making a mistake or something. But what I love about doing gigs or any of that is that you're in the moment, and you're not worried or thinking about issues or problems in your life or whatever it is, or what you have to do the next day, or where you got to fly to or go to for your job or whatever. And that's what I like about it. I like doing gigs. I like packing up, driving to the gig, setting up, playing the gig,
dude, the whole day.
Tearing down, driving home. I even enjoy my drive home from the gig.
I do too.
It's crazy.
And many times I'll make a couple stops on my way
I don't
home.
do that, but I'll put on music and drive home and unwind, and then you get home late, and then you have to unwind more before you can actually fall asleep. But it's just fun. I don't do it for the money. No. I do it for fun. But honestly, I actually like band practice better than I like gigs.
Because of the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Dude time.
Yeah, it's that, but it's the music nerd time. You can joke around. We end up talking about songs and weird stuff, and you can jam or play some stuff or try things out. So that hour and a half of practice that I get, I enjoy even more than the gigs. But it's just music, It's doing music. So whatever kind of music you do, I have another project that I'm part of, but I don't run it but I'm in an acoustic thing, a project or a band, I guess just to say it is. And my neighbors and good friends of mine, Dennis and Christina Smith, we have an acoustic project called A Few Good Friends. And we play like Dave Eidelberg does at the James.
Oh, yeah.
And we play at Children's Hospital. I'm going to play at the Ronald McDonald House next month.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. And we also play like the Irish clubs and whatever else, but it's mostly like 60s and 70s folk, a lot of Gordon Lightfoot or Bob Dylan or John Prine, things like that.
Who are you doing that with?
Dennis Smith and Christina Smith. They live near me, and I didn't know them until 3 years ago, but wow. I wish I would have met them a lot earlier because I could have been friends a lot longer with them.
That's so cool, man.
They're really good people, and it turns out that, they do music and I do music, and so I end up started playing with them, and it's been a lot of fun. But it's like camaraderie and friendship, and I made new friends. And so that's a big part of why I play music too.
Yeah.
Like when I came out of COVID, I wanted to make some new friends. I needed to make some new friends, so I joined a band. And that's a big part of why I do it. You know what I mean?
It's social.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, music is time consuming, right? There's a lot of investment on your individual practice, let alone meeting people that want to play with you, right? Like it's amazing to me. You run into folks and then you're like, oh my God, that's the coolest person in the freaking world, man.
Yeah.
Like you meet Jeff. You're like, oh my God, that guy can play, man. And he's so humble. Your skill, you have mad skills, man.
Thank you for saying that.
I
am what I am.
And just the beauty of music is an investment of time, but it's a passion of love, and it's and when you're fortunate to many times stub your toe with somebody. Like I feel this way about Gabrielle Johnston, for crying out loud.
She could
I
sing,
stubbed
man.
my fucking toe, and she came to me and she said, "Hey man, I need a regular bass player." And I don't even, at the time I didn't even play the bass. I was more of a retired
You're holding
cover
it down,
band
man.
dude, and I was just gonna do this.
You're holding it down, bro.
Love to, but the bass, dude, the bass. I should have been like you should have met the Smiths 25 years ago. I should have picked up the bass instead of the guitar, and people knew that about me. They would listen to me play guitar. They're like, "Dude, you should probably play the bass." I'm like, "Are you? I don't want to play the bass. I want to rip up these solos. Well, the pentatonic scale's my king." Like
That's all of our kings.
Because it was blues, man. It was
all of our
it was so
kings.
easy. It was expressive. I go beyond the pentatonic, but it's mostly pentatonic for me. I mean, on guitar, and I haven't played guitar regularly for a long time. Like, at least, I mean, it kind of. I do still play, but I only play for Beth mostly. On a Sunday morning before her shows start, I'll play guitar for her, or woodshedding for a gig, for Thursday or Friday or next week or whatever. But
Bass is an art form too.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's the things that I watch Troy do are pretty impressive.
Troy's a beast.
Like every night,
He's entertaining.
It's sort of a tour de force in terms of every bass technique that can be played. I think he can do it all.
He can.
Yeah, and he's tasty and
he's motivating.
He's knowledgeable. Like he's
nice...
teaching me theory in my practice. Like we're in band practice, and he's like, "Oh no, play this and play that over this chord," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, play the sixth and the ninth. Yeah. Not the.
He knows all those rules. Yeah. I wish I did.
I don't know that stuff either, brother. But I like a player like you. That's a feel player. You're listening all the time, and you're to some degree improvising in a very tasteful way. You know what you're doing, but you're playing with your heart. Now that's probably why I'm attracted to your play, because I really feel like humans that are able to express through feel of what's happening around you, I think are a little closer to the other thing that makes us human. You get a little closer to nature, you get a little closer to the spirituality of our existence. I mean, all that stuff, it's all, to me, tappable through music.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, like I said earlier, everyone that plays a guitar or an instrument has their own like feel and touch and sound,
style, right?
And like we could all play the same song, like 10 guys, and they would all sound a little different. And that's what I like about it. From the most advanced player to the most basic player, everyone, if you listen long enough, everyone has something to offer. And that's kind of the beauty of it.
It is,
so to speak.
And there's something out there for everybody.
When you're young,
if you're interested.
Yeah, when you're young, you don't think about these things, and when you're young, you're just trying to strive to some level of technical ability, or play like the people that inspired you. You know what I mean? And climbs a mountain to a certain point, but when you get older, you start to realize that everyone has something to offer.
Yep.
It doesn't matter about skill set. It's more about what they have to say and how they say it. To me, at least.
That's insightful. It's cool.
Well, I love all kinds of
community.
Players. Yeah, it is a brotherhood. It's community. I said that one time to a guy that I used to talk to, who was a friend of mine, and he's gone now. But it was Jeff Liberatore.
Oh yeah, brother.
I
spent a lot of time with Jeff. A time that people don't even know about.
Good guy.
Jeff used to come to a gig of mine, and dude, I ran a little cover band called The Ride.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Do you?
Yeah, I remember The Ride.
And The Ride was a fun, and I learned a lot. And
who was your singer?
Well, it had three different, over the course of I think 5 or 6 years. Same drummer, my neighbor, good buddy of mine, and I wish I spent more time with him. Darren Resnick. He's in a couple of cover bands now too. on the fringe player like me, kind of day job guy, trying to work music into the priorities of the life.
I'm a day job guy,
and the life gets real complicated, and so music suffers. Right? He's like me. But I guess my point is, he and I did this. We had 3 different lineups, 3 different singers over the course of 6 years. But the last rendition of it was a 4-piece with Mike Iannarino and Tim Finari and Darren Resnick and myself. I played mostly lead guitar. Tim Finari sang half the set list, played rhythm guitar. Mikey I on bass, and he sang half the show, most of the show actually.
Okay.
And then we had Darren on the kit, and Darren and I lived 5 doors apart. We got together one Saturday and we created this band, and I started booking it, and it booked twice a month, 3 times a month for 5 years. It was awesome. It was a lot of good times. But I'm not sure why we're talking about the ride for whatever reason. But
I do remember that, man.
I think it was a lot of fun there. But for you, and I think maybe some of the bands, because One Bad Mother kind of had the DNA of the ride in regard to material, and then it just kind of expanded upon a lot of the heavier rock.
Yeah.
But some of the dance material carried into One Bad Mother, and then it now with Jason in Distorted Silence, some of those same songs are in Distorted Silence now. They came out of so it's a funny thing. So I was pimp Rico on the fact that some of his songs came from the ride 20 years ago. It's funny how that stuff just kind of rifles and pilfers through. But there's songs that work for that stuff.
There's a lot of standards.
There's
out
a
there,
lot. But the 90s rock pop stuff is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I mean it's all fun to play. I think certain standards have a shelf life. There's stuff that I know I played for 15 years that I'm never playing again.
Like what?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, come on.
Nah, man.
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein is a killer song. I would play that again.
You would play that again? What wouldn't you play?
I never played it once, so I couldn't play it again. But yeah, I would play that.
You gotta go to Dolphin.
I'm talking about standards. I'm talking about normal bar stuff like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah. But some of that stuff still works.
Yeah.
But certain songs you play at the end of the night. But I don't think I'm ever gonna play Crazy Bitch again. I played that a lot. I even played it at weddings, if you can believe that. By request.
Some weddings, yeah, sure.
When the bride requested it, we would play it. I mean, it happened. And it was fun. But, I'm not going to play that song ever again, certain standards I'm just over. And there's so much other good stuff to me to play from the 80s or the 90s, so to speak. I'm going to mine that instead because it's a little fresher for my brain. And I'm not as, I haven't played it so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the danger of a cover band too. When you do it long enough, you have your bread and butter songs and you keep doing them. And when you're playing 3 times, 4 times a month, you start to get burnt out on those. As a musician or somebody that likes music, you want some diversity. So
yeah.
That's another reason why I'm always trying to get practices going and learn new songs. Because I want new stuff to keep the shows fresh.
Yeah, so where are you reaching for new material for you? So when it comes to your turn to kind of maybe throw some influence into the band, where are you reaching to pull in?
70s pop,
yeah.
yacht rock,
yeah,
R&B or funk songs from the 70s that we could pull off. Being a 3-piece basically with a singer, stuff like that. I would do, quite honestly, modern country would be better to invest our time into playing, but I don't think it's anything that we are oriented to as players in this band. But you could get more mileage out of that. But then it goes back to you just want to be a band getting mileage out of certain songs, or do you want to play stuff that you like too? I like I said, I see other bands doing reaching for other material that's cool, like Clubber Lang, for example. Like I've seen some videos of them, and the songs they play are really cool.
Yep.
And they do cool versions of them, but they're not just standards, that we've all heard 100 times.
Right. And Whirl too. You mentioned Whirl.
Yeah. They're
band,
another example
right?
of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Very unique.
So, props to those bands, and I respect that, and I see what they're doing.
And you guys too.
And we're trying to do things like that as well, because give your audience something a little different that they may like. It doesn't always work.
No.
Sometimes we play something esoteric that they're like, but sometimes it works. But at this point, at my age,
you're open, aren't you?
What?
You're open-minded.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do different things, and I want to learn new songs.
Yep.
And be challenged. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. I'm with you. Charles is so versatile.
Yes, he is, and he'll try anything.
Anything.
Yeah. I mean,
he has great ideas too.
Yeah, he does. Like we were a while back. We're like, we want you to do "Love Is Alive" by Gary Wright, which is a cool song. And he's like, man, I don't think I've ever even heard that song. So
he's a young dude.
Huh?
He's a young guy.
He's younger than me, I guess.
He's younger than me. I know that.
So like we brought it to practice, and he tried it, and it was up a little bit for him, so we keyed it down a whole step, and he killed it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he didn't he learned it. He didn't read it. Like he doesn't read the lyrics. He had already learned the phrasing and the words, and we just pitched it down a whole step, and it's in the set list, and it sounds great. And we have fun playing it.
I love it.
And my bass player gets to do killer runs with synth tones all over his bass, and my part's very minimal, and I'm fine with that. And
it's the groove that you're
yeah, exactly. And I get to hear what he's doing and what everyone else is doing, and I can just be an observer in a way, But he does. Troy does some badass stuff on that song, on all the songs, really.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
no question about it.
Yeah, and he gets the tones and the synth tones on it too. So I mean, that's an example of a song that maybe is a little bit maybe off range. You know what I mean? It's not
typical. He's not a typical player. He's a very entertaining bass player. His skills are
he's a
off
showman.
the chart. Yes.
He's a showman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Charles. They dance and do cool stuff. I'm a statue.
I wouldn't say you're a statue.
Yeah, I'm a statue.
You're a solid, but what you're doing is very focused and very, very well delivered.
Shine it up.
It's very well delivered.
Yeah, those guys dance.
Painter of the canvas that they
We play Jungle Love, right?
Which
is a fun song to play, and it's another minimal part for me, but I'm fine. It's all about the groove. But those guys do that dance, and I can't follow it. I'm a statue, man. Troy and him are doing that. They're doing that Morris Day and the Time Dance, and I'm like, man, I step back. You guys are showing me up, but it's funny.
I like "Party Train" by the Gap Band.
I don't think I know that one.
"Party Train." Look it up. I know there's a lot of other songs that are more recent than that one, but it's the 70s Gap Band. It's just boop, pop, boop, pop.
Well, that stuff is all bass driven.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have...
it's got to be laid down.
Yeah.
The drummer.
It's all bass driven.
It's rhythm section thing.
But I like playing that stuff too, because I get to play different chords.
Oh.
And I get to play different parts. And
you can ad-lib a solo here and there.
If I want it, but generally I don't,
You don't need to.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah, I love playing that stuff. Earth, Wind and Fire, Three Dog Night. We do that Redbone song. That's a lot of fun. Charles sets that one up so well with his crowd response, rap at the beginning, and that's just all fun stuff. I grew up on 70s AM radio, because I'm 50.
The Tim Farrell band, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm 54, so like in the 70s, AM radio was playing the hits, and so I grew up listening to that, and so I'm oriented towards that to reach back. But then I still like rocking out, Once in a while, I want to take a lead or play some distortion tones or whatever, So that's kind of what we do. Yeah.
And having fun.
I should have had my wife make you a T-shirt. I didn't think of it.
I'll make it.
I'll
wear a Players Club T-shirt at a Soul Revival show at Gatsby's.
We'll make one. I'll send it to you.
Over when I play Pickerington, I'll definitely wear one of those shirts.
I'll get you one.
I wear like a 3 or 4X. They shrink, so it's usually a problem for most bands because most people are like a large.
We can get, we can get any side.
Man. I mean, I'm looking at you. You're no slouch. You're a big guy. You're not a heavy guy. You're a guy. You're like me. You're substance.
Oh, I'm substance.
Dude, what's your number one guitar? You're a guitar player. What's your number one? Like when you got to pick up a guitar to go to a gig, what are you grabbing? Or you grabbing more
these
than one?
days? It's my black Telly. I got a black Telly it's not a Fender, but it's a different brand.
Workhorse though.
It's a beast.
You know you can squeeze out of it what you need.
It's a beast.
You know what, man? It's so amazing to me how many guitar players will reach for a Telecaster every time, dude. You know why? Because it's so versatile. It'll cut through everything.
It cuts, yeah. Troy tells me he likes that one the best.
Damn.
Because it cuts the most.
Yep.
It's
how it's
great for clean sounds. Number one, the one I have,
spanky.
But I can use it for distorted stuff too because it's got a humbucker in it. But
so is it a '70s model then?
No, it's made by a guy in California, a company called Luxtone, and he's actually from Cleveland. But I've ordered a bunch of guitars from him.
That sounds like a Bob Maines purchase.
It's a Bob Maines type thing, yeah.
Dude. And you know Bobby Maines.
Bob Maines is a good guy, yeah. I know him for years.
I went to high school with Bob Maines.
In Westerville?
Yes.
You know his brother then too, right?
I do, Ronnie. Ronnie's a bass player. He's a bass player. He's, as far as I know, at one point he was in the accounting field.
Okay.
Probably in management. So you had him and you have these other financial management folks that created a band called the Debits.
I've heard of them.
Yep. So Ronnie's the bass player for that band.
They play like a few times a year, right?
They do. Usually at Lazy Chameleon. And then, so Ronnie Maines and Bobby Maines and then their dad, Bob Sr. I actually worked with Bob Sr.
I met him once.
He's a cool man.
He's a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think he plays, but his sons are all musical.
Yeah, I met Bob when I worked. We worked together back in like 2001, and like I said, he was getting back into music. I think at that time, and we would just talk gear every day at work. It was fun. But I've seen his bands, and he's a great player. He gets great. He gets great tones too.
Yep.
He's always got really good tones, and I've always enjoyed that. He's a good dude. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I know he's playing in Radio City, and they always seem like they're having a blast.
Yeah, they definitely do have a great time. And Bob Maines is really one of the reasons why I ever ultimately started playing. I didn't start playing until I was 36, but I saw him play when he was 17. Actually, when he was probably 14 is the first time I saw him play.
Wow.
School gymnasium. Blendon Junior High, Westerville South. The dude just freaking brought the house down in front of his whole school.
Did it leave an impression on you?
Dude, in front of his whole school. Can you imagine? It was like that scene in that movie.
Can't imagine it.
It was Bob May, and nobody knew him prior to that day. And the next day, he's the most popular guy in school.
I remember when I was...
It was freaking awesome.
No, I get it. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, and we had a separate freshman school, Groveport, but I remember we had a talent show at the end of the year, and I think I just picked up the guitar then, but these dudes got up, and they had a band, and they played at the end, and I was just blown away. Like, I thought it was so cool. And they were playing like oldies kind of music, like Louie and shit like that. And like, I didn't care. I thought it was awesome, and it did blow me away. Like, and I thought, I wish I could do that. And by the next summer I was in their band.
Cool. Cool. Hell yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
And I did my first bar gig last summer at 15. Yeah, on campus. I couldn't even drive. Did a gig. I had to have someone give me a ride.
Do you remember who gave you a ride?
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine in the neighborhood.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's gone now, but he was a musical influence on me while he was around. But yeah, I played at some bar called Neely B's on South Campus. It's gone now.
Neely B's.
All that got bulldozed.
Oh,
but gosh. I remember I did that. Like we're just like an opening band playing punk songs. But yeah, I couldn't even really be. I wasn't even allowed to be in that bar at that age. But it was cool.
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
But yeah, I mean those things leave an impression on you when you're young, and you see someone doing it, it inspires you maybe to do it as well. I mean, everyone in music or anything like that is creative, is inspired by somebody.
I agreed. It's amazing to me how that kind of comes together, and then you get into our age bracket and you realize that it's a part of you. But
am I in your age bracket, man?
You're a lot younger than I am, dude.
A lot.
But we have a lot
54.
of similarities. Like I grew up in Detroit.
I was
moved
born in
here
Detroit.
in the 70s.
I was born in Detroit.
I listened to the same music you did.
So you a Lions fan?
Alex Karras poster.
They're playing tonight.
Brother.
They're probably playing right now.
We can go turn that on if you want for a little while. It's up to you.
I think Tampa Bay.
Beth has had probably the most significant week of her life this week.
No, you're a Ohio State fan. You're wearing a Ohio State shirt.
I am a Buckeye. I'm a Buckeye. I graduated Ohio State. Beth's a band alumni. She's got a lot of history with Ohio State.
Nice.
And
my drummer plays
fans.
My drummer plays in the alumni band. Like sometimes I think he does.
Beth marched the last alumni game. Does he do the alumni games?
Well, no.
Year?
No. I don't know. I'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
So Jared was he was in college the same time I was in the 90s, so mid 90s. I don't know if he graduated in 96, but I know in like 93 and 94 he was in he was at Ohio State, and I know he was in the band itself. So it's possible they might have run into each other. But I did a wedding a long time ago, and the Ohio State alumni band marched in for the wedding and the reception. It was kind of cool.
It's
the whole
they do that.
I
don't know how they recruit people to do that.
Well, they're ex-band members, and they just they keep in touch, and then they get together, and I think there's different versions of it. I think.
I'm sure there is. There's a lot of those.
What part
people
of Detroit
out there.
did you live in?
Okay, so when I was, I guess, 6, I have 2 brothers, and in Detroit, we lived right off of 8 Mile, dude.
Yeah.
In the city. My parents were young. They had 3 sons, and my mom was, I think, 24. Am I thinking right? Maybe 26. Early, mid-20s, 3 sons in Detroit, in that environment with all that racial tension, in the middle of the city.
Oh, late 60s?
Yeah, well, mid to late 60s. Like,
so in 68 race riots, you were around there?
Oh, yeah. We had tanks going down the street. We had gunshots. We had kids getting beat up in our front yard. We had all kind of crap going on. It was nuts.
My parents remember that.
They remember that?
Oh, yeah. They were there then.
I lived in the middle of that shit.
I wasn't born until after that, but they remember that.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I'll never forget it.
They had a free press paper from back then, and I found it in our house one day, and it had just pictures and pictures of all the rubble and fires and all that shit. It was horrible,
dude. It was a war zone.
Yeah.
But, it was work for my dad. He had 3 kids. My dad worked his ass off, man. Yeah. He did what he had to do. Just like either of us would do, right? You just do what you have to do. And so he worked. He worked that 6 years, and then same company moved him to Pittsburgh again, because I was born in Pittsburgh. But then we came to Ohio. We came to Columbus in, I think, 73.
Mm-hmm.
Westerville. Grew up there. Bob Maines came, I think, 8 years after that, high school, or 8th grade, something like that. Because he was from somewhere else. I don't remember where they were from.
Yeah, we we came here in '76 in the summer, and my dad had been living here to secure a place for us because he got a job here, and he had to set us up before he could bring his family down. So for a fair amount of time he was here and we were there. And I remember I came here one time, like he went and got me and brought me here for a week. And he was staying at the Homestead Motel in Whitehall. It's still there.
Nice.
So I stayed in probably early '76. I stayed with him there for like a week.
Nice.
He was working down the road. And I remember like just hanging out. There were some nights or some days I was in that motel by myself while he was at work. It's crazy. You wouldn't do that today.
No way.
That was different times.
But it was different times. I had similar trips with my dad back then, between Pittsburgh and Columbus, and he set things up here in Columbus, and then I think that's when we moved here. But you just never know what's going on. But it's cool that your dad.
There was more.
I
think there was more opportunity in Columbus than Detroit at that time.
Same for him.
And my mom was open to it because there were so many schools here, and it was definitely.
It's kind of a newer, progressive. It wasn't an old city like Detroit or old city like a steel town like Pittsburgh. It was a new city.
But I honestly, I somehow, for some reason, as long as I've been here, I still identify with those older cities.
Oh, totally.
And the people, I wouldn't say it was a culture shock when we moved here, but it was different. And the older I get, the more different it seems.
Oh, it's very different. Totally.
I mean,
different.
compared to because
Pittsburgh or Detroit.
I got a job. Like my job for a while, I covered Cleveland and Cincinnati, and I really felt the differences.
Oh,
between those two,
night and day.
Yeah,
totally.
But I loved Cleveland, and I loved working there, and I loved my coworkers there, and I loved my customers there, and it was just it felt more something that I gravitated to, and like Columbus seems like a hybrid between the both, depending on where you are and who you're talking to. To me.
Oh yeah.
To me.
I agree with you. Like Detroit is Detroit river rats are the size of small dogs. Dude, they're huge. Like you see a rat in Columbus, it's like, oh, but you go to Detroit along the river, those things are huge, man. They're a different breed of animal. It's nuts.
I haven't been there.
But Detroit is like a real city. Hopefully there's a little more spark and revitalization that's continuing. But I still have some lifelong friends in Detroit from 8 Mile Road back in the day. So out of the 6, 3 are still alive.
Well,
we're still
they're still hanging around.
Get together every now and then. And I'm the only the only person involved in music, but they dig music. They just don't. What would be really cool is to be able to share creating beats, creating music with those people that you've known that long. So when you're fortunate, you could. I know, but when you're fortunate, you end up somewhere, and look at the 3 people you're playing with today. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's
a
journey.
Life.
It is a journey. It's kind of random, but not as well. A lot of us, like, I've listened to your other podcasts, or a lot of them. I haven't listened to all 100 plus. I probably listened to maybe 40, 50 of them. But like, when you talk to these people, it's like, well, I knew this guy from here and I knew them from there. And it's a lot of
all that in between,
personal relationship. And playing with, like, being in a band with people is really about, it's like hiring people in a way. Not that I hired these guys, but you want people that are professional and people that you can trust and people that are going to say what they do and do what they say.
It's a tough balance, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, it doesn't work if you're deficient in those areas.
Agreed.
And so I'm fortunate and have been fortunate, to have people that are solid,
Well, and I think you've been fortunate too to have met a guy like Tim.
No, of course.
As early as you did.
Oh my God, yeah. No one in this city has a guy like that in their corner.
I talk to him usually at on the Rocks. He probably wouldn't remember me, but I remember him being a sweet guy. And we talked a lot about my gear. Mm-hmm. He's really interested in how you think about how you approach what you're doing. You know.
Well, he knows a lot about that stuff from talking to me somewhat. Always like, well, what are you buying now, Jeff? Kind of shit. You know what I mean? And why? And so he gets it, but I was very fortunate to meet him, to be quite honest, because my musical life would have never been like it is.
It got you through. It got you through your initial 10,000 hours a little quicker.
Oh yeah, I mean,
than the average person. You know,
but back in the day, in the first 10-year run, I mean, he was running our sound. He was helping us set up, helping us tear down. He would bring light. He bought lights for us. I mean, he was like,
he's building a brand.
Yeah, I mean, he was everything. I mean, we would have got maybe a few gigs, but we wouldn't have had a steady workload of like 45, 50 shows a year, you know. And it was because of him, you know. He's the engine, and he still keeps it going, you know. I was very fortunate to meet him. And, you know, like I said, he's been a great friend, and he's definitely improved my life, for sure. I'm glad to know that you crossed paths with him.
I have. I've talked to them a couple times, like long time ago, way before COVID, you know, like mid-2000s.
Well, he lived near on the Rocks, or still does, but it's something else.
He was there a lot.
Armand's now or something?
Not sure. I don't even know if they have live music. Do they do live music there?
I think they might do acoustic acts. But, I mean, he could, you know, it was a quick ride over. And, you know, I would go there and check out bands, too, once in a while, you know, even though I live in Pickerington. But I would still go up there because, you know, I like playing that place. It was a lot of fun. I was sad to see it, you know, change, but life goes on.
It does go on.
Bars turn over.
They do.
Gatsby's never did, though.
No, Gatsby's is a fixture. Theoretically, it's for sale, though. I'd hate to see it, you know, go away that way. I don't know. I've seen it advertised here and there. I'm sure, you know, that family would like to cash in at some point, but hopefully it remains a stalwart music venue, because you've played Gatsby's.
I loved playing there.
I played there a long time ago. I'm playing a couple of times a year now, or actually more than a couple times a year.
I would love to play there again, and I think that we would do very well there if we could play there, but, you know, it just hasn't happened. But I always had a blast there.
Yep, I totally agree.
Great gigs. Inside, you know, it's pretty tight. You know,
can be, but it makes it intimate, and,
I love it.
And the crowd's always appreciative.
Yeah, I love small, packed places. I'd rather play that than anything else.
I like patios. Patios are fun, though.
Patios are fun, but a small, packed place in the winter where no one can really leave.
It's the holidays.
Yeah.
They're playing great songs.
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite type of gig.
Feel good. Yeah.
That's my favorite type of gig. Anyway.
As far as amplifiers, though, dude, what's your number one? So you a Telly. You're grabbing a Telly. If you're gonna grab one guitar, you got your black Telly with the humbucker at the neck.
No, the bridge.
No, and the bridge. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I can split it too.
Gotcha. Just one?
A humbucker and a bridge and a neck pickup.
Got it.
But the neck pickup's single.
Yep.
But I can split the bridge pickup so I can, you know, get the Telly sound.
Yep. Cool.
I'm an EL34 guy at heart, but I like to, you know, I have a Mesa combo too that's killer, but I love the clean channel on it, but you know, I just I'm an EL34 guy, so I like that Marshall sound.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really not that exciting. You know, it's a simple setup.
Straight up, but it's tube based.
Oh yeah.
You're playing tube amps.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like. I mean, when I play places I have to go direct, it's a different story. There are some gigs where you need to go direct, and I will do that, and it'll be fine.
What are you using for that?
a fly rig.
Oh, okay.
Tech 21 fly rig thing.
Tech 21. That's good stuff.
Yeah. It's like a pedal board.
Yeah. You know. But those fly rigs are like these really like precisely, designed.
It's
cool little pedals.
When I use one of those,
powerful.
When I use one of those, it's one sound the whole night, and just rolling off volume. But there's certain gigs like Leon's where it makes more sense. Like, it just makes more sense.
And you got a great sound guy too. You just
and the sound guy there is really good, and the system is killer, and it just makes more sense. It probably makes more sense everywhere, but I'm still an amp guy, and I'm old, and I'm not going to change.
I love it, dude. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Just you got to do your thing. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you answer the equation. Right? As long as you solve the problem or get it done, it doesn't matter as much how you get it done. I don't think I'm like super loud on stage, really, anyway. So no one ever seems to complain. So I'm fine. My days of hauling a half stack out are over. I'm old. But yeah.
Jeff DuMond. Where are you going to be in 10 years, musically?
I don't know. Probably playing like old folk songs or something.
Cover band?
Maybe.
Are you writing?
I do have songs half written. I recorded many originals over the years. Some of them are online on like SoundCloud or Reverb Nation, which may be outdated. I
have a site out there in Reverb Nation. I have stuff out there from like 2000.
I've listened to one of your songs on there. I know, yeah.
Some of it's rough. I need to go back and see what's out there.
I listened to one track. Crap. It was like a funky bluesy thing. There was no vocals.
No, a lot of my stuff is just all melodic.
I'd like to do an instrumental like 4-song thing, and I have the songs really kind of fleshed out, but it's just finding time to. I can record it in my home. It's just fine. Yeah, it's finding time.
I have all this stuff right here.
Yeah, it's finding time to do it, and then you run out of energy. It's like it's not even physical energy; it's mental energy you run out of. And so, like,
3 generations from now, though, man, they're just going to speak in the air and create music, and they're going to think they're creating music.
True. So I'll tell you this story. Moises AI Studio. Did you see that? I think it's how you pronounce it. But anyway, they have like a mastering app and all this shit, right? And so I saw it come out and it said, "We'll generate your stems for you," which is your tracks. And so just upload your track and we'll hit the button. It's an AI studio that will create parts to accompany you, which I dreamed of 50 years ago. Like when I was young and I wanted to record music, but I always had to
Here, loop this.
Well, yeah. So I tried it, right? I logged in, and I was like, I'm going to try this just for the hell of it. I didn't buy anything. And so I did a quick guitar track, and I just wanted to see what it would do. And I had a riff, and I put it on there, and then I, generate drum track, generate bass track. And it did it, but it wasn't very good. But I believe it'll only get better.
Oh, yeah.
And so it'll be easier to create. But then you're right. Are you creating the music, or is the music creating you? And then if you I don't know if it's still called auto-tune. You auto-tune all your vocals and clean those up. But it's like I have easy.
It's mechanized.
I mean, but as a creator, it's like you have so much power at your fingertips to do things now. Like all the songs I did at home, I had to track everything but the drums. I had to program the drums because I'm not a drummer, and I don't really have drums. But I could track a bass because I have a bass. I mean, I'm not a great bass player, and I could track vocals because I could sing. I could sing harmonies, and so I could do all those things, But someday it'll all be done. You're right. I mean, I don't know.
Either I just don't be gone, thank goodness.
But I would just like to
I just love to play.
Yeah, I do too. I would just like to do an instrumental record of my own and see, just see what it would be like and just have fun and do that and put it out on Spotify or somewhere. You know what I mean? I
did what you just said in 2009. And it was, the process was it was so much fun for me. I was all by myself.
Oh, it's a blast.
One track at a time.
Yeah.
And I was a one take Charlie. Like I'd do one song in 4 takes, drums, bass, rhythm.
It's a blast. And the hours fly. The hours fly away. You can be there 12 hours and it goes by in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was like when I used to go into studios. I haven't been in studios since 2002, I think. But
best time though, is it not? Like to be in the studio creating.
It's a lot of fun, man. But like when you're paying for it, it's time consuming, and you're paying for it. But now you don't have to because you do it all at home.
Dude, people have everything you ever need, even with an iPhone anymore.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love doing that stuff, but I just haven't done it in a long time. But I would like to do more of it. Studio guitar player, that would have been the best job.
Jeff, are you a big party guy on stage and off stage and while you're performing? You're a pretty reserved person. I can't imagine you being, crass. Marie, is he ever crass on stage? Never, is he? He's a gentleman. Country gentleman, this guy, Jeff. That's a compliment, man. Total compliment.
I mean, I don't party at gigs because I don't have time for it.
Right.
I mean, I like to drink, obviously. But at gigs, there's no time for me really to do that. And at this point, I don't, driving home after that, it doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Be careful with all that.
Anymore, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how many times you've driven home at night and seen the perp walk, or the DUI, pull over.
3 a.m. after a gig.
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Or how many sobriety checkpoints you've driven through. I've driven through a few. And so, I don't really indulge much at gigs.
Yep.
But I have fun. I have fun at home and do stuff. But, yeah, man. I'm a pretty regular
serious guy. You're prepared. You get the job done, and you have fun with music and your friends at the gig.
More or less.
Good group of dudes.
Nice guys.
Yeah. I hope it goes a long time. Players Club is it's a fun show. It's very much a
appreciate
a fun night out.
God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll keep it going.
Marie, she seems to be the best partner you could have being involved in music,
Oh, yeah. She fully supports all my music.
Always smiling. She's smiling now. There she is.
100%.
Yes. How many guitars do you have?
11 or 12, I think.
Mostly Tellys?
No, mostly Strats.
All Strats.
I only have one Telly. I got that Greco I was telling you about, but that's like a big, semi-hollow 335 kind of thing. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they are cool. They're thick. They're just a.
I should have brought it.
Like a mule. They'll roll hard.
But I found out the hard way about the Japanese yen versus the American dollar, and also import duties.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, man.
It's all right.
Price to pay.
Yeah, price to pay. Yeah, yeah. But it's cool. I gigged it. It looks like a ES-175 single cutaway, but it's got a center block in it, and it plays really well. But that upper fret access is limited. About the high G kind of area, you kind of cut off. But I played it at El Dorado's maybe a month ago. I was doing
a Ted Nugent type.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's not a Burnland, but yeah.
But that type of a guitar.
Yeah. And it was cool. Yeah. I was doing a benefit. I have a trio thing that's not really an active band right now, but we called it Alter Ego. We just play like a lot of Trower songs and stuff like that. And Pat Travers.
I remember Alter Ego.
Yeah. So we did a benefit for 22 Lives at El Dorado's like on a Friday night, and I played it out there. It was fun. It sounded killer.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Have you written any songs for Marie?
I have, yeah. I wrote a song called Marie Song, right?
Yeah.
I did. She was...
You wrote 2.
What?
You wrote 2 songs for me.
What's the other one called?
Dream Killer.
Dream Killer. I forgot.
Is that a rock song?
It's sort of a funky rock jam. It's a song about home projects.
Dream Killers?
Yeah, that's what it's called, Dream Killer.
The Money Suckers.
It was,
the houses I've had, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I did write her song, Marie's song. She had been letting me know that why didn't I write a song for her? And so I did. I wrote a song and I recorded it. Even had keys in it. Yeah.
Is it on Reverb Nation?
No, it's on SoundCloud. I can send you the link.
That'd be cool.
I can send you a link for both of them. And she said something, and we were driving somewhere, and I put it on in the car for her.
Awesome. That's so awesome.
It was a surprise, right?
Music's the best gift.
Surprise?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have. But I wouldn't say, I'm a great songwriter. I would just say,
You're doing it.
I'd do it.
You're trying it.
Just do it.
Love
the
that.
fun is in the doing of it.
It is. The journey.
Yeah.
The
execution
ride.
of it.
That was the whole concept behind the
Yeah.
ride. Just the journey. Just have fun along the way.
Yeah, man.
Do it.
Yeah. I'm glad you're still playing, Len.
Well,
I'm glad you're still acting.
Total accident.
2 bands, man.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, Tim Farrell's blast, and Soul Revival's a completely different blast, but she's so fun. It's just a fun project. It's a fun, the material's a blast. It's feel-good rock. And she's
not classic R&B,
James, right? Aretha Franklin type delivery person. She's a lot of diverse material. Learning a lot about, a different approach. It's crazy.
There's a lot of killer bass lines in that music, dude.
There's a ton of them. I know. And I learn.
They gotta be so much fun
to
play.
The rest of your life.
I know,
but it is fun.
Well, they gotta be so much fun to play because they're grooving, so they're melodic. I liked all the old school bass players. 70s, 60s guys, because they played
with their heart.
Well, but they played moving.
They were breaking boundaries.
Well, but they were moving bass lines, and they were melodic, and they were like somewhere
musical.
Later on, they became just root note, bass parts that were kind of boring. And a lot of hard rock or metal bass parts are really boring to me, whereas,
Yeah, the guitar parts are more.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the bass parts of the 70s guys, like like Geddy Lee or John Paul Jones. I mean,
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's killer. It was funky, but it was cool, and it was moving and melodic underneath. And Paul McCartney bass lines are killer.
Yep.
I mean, he's like one of the greatest bass players ever, man.
Beatles bass is like, oh my gosh.
I know, it's epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He played that little EB1 thing, or Hofner.
It was so lyrical.
Little Pioneer,
yeah,
but it was voiced so
yeah. So
tenery.
So that type of music that you're doing is so.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
cool
rock
for
though
bass.
too. There's a lot of rock. There's Stone Temple Pilots. There's the Who. There's
you guys are playing that
all
stuff.
that stuff
in
Soul Revival.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Oh
that.
yeah, lots of stuff.
What Stone Temple Pilots song do you play?
I don't know that she's actually got one active now, but like there are 90s rock songs. There are, 2000. There's Foo Fighters. Nice. There's stuff in there. We're capable of, but a lot of Stones, a lot of Black Crowes, a lot of, that vein of groove party rock,
That's good stuff.
Bad Company, Free, you know, that vein of poppin' bass line, fun. It's good stuff, and it's the journey, you know, like we were talking about, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, I
All right,
appreciate
brother.
you, brother. I appreciate you making the time and
Thanks
doing
for
this
having me
tonight.
out, man.
Absolutely.
I've listened to this
Go see-
podcast, like I said, the last couple of years. I've listened to it a lot and seen or listened to a lot of people I know on it and people I didn't know. And I was, you know, I've always been interested and excited to learn their stories too, you know, and hear some of their history of why they did what they do.
For sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate you having me out.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man. Yep. And go see Players Club Saturday at
The Dirty Oar.
The Dirty Oar at Buckeye Lake. Is that
Buckeye
on the east, north, south?
It's right next to Papa Boo's, wherever
Papa
that
Boo's.
is.
No, I think it's north, kind of north,
Probably.
east lake.
I know how to get there. I couldn't, like, I don't know what geographical
A
location.
couple hundred people, others want to come see you guys, I'm sure. That's going to be a fun gig.
Halloween party. It'll be fun.
Right on. Cool.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. All right. Episode number 128. Jeff DuMond. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Signing off.
And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.